Back to the ranch here at Loveland. Kerry Sherman with you on the CHSAA.TV coverage of the Class 1A basketball tournament. It's the state tournament. I'm joined by Ben Blecka. We've been bouncing back and forth, taking turns with the call on the video broadcasts this weekend.
And this is going to be an interesting matchup between the High Plains Patriots and the Walsh Eagles. As like the girls' side, you got two teams coming off losses yesterday. How do they respond in trying to get this trophy? Very different losses, though. High Plains got mowed down by a very, very good Sierra Grande team, whereas Walsh lost to a Caliche team a very, very good team. Very physical game, however, for both of these teams yesterday.
Yeah, the problem for Coach Sheffield, Dave Sheffield with High Plains, because he doesn't have the full 12 on his roster. Normally when you're getting pounded like that and you know you've got a game the next day, you'll go ahead and throw the reserves out there, rest your key guys. He did not have that option. He's got to roll his top guys for their major minutes. He had one of his guys who he was counting on having on the floor at the end have to step off with a bit of an injury, so he had to keep throwing.
And there at the end, when he had his bench reserve on there yesterday, Kerry, Avery Marzoff, one of his starters, was still on the floor.
Yeah, he was supposed to be on the bench, and Dylan Tanner, who was in there.
And Dylan Tanner sees normal time, too.
Yeah. I mean, it is a six and a half person rotation.
It really is for this team, and as the starters are being introduced here at the Event Center, let's meet them. For the High Plains Patriots, they'll start a 6'3" sophomore wearing number 1, Justin Miltenberger, a 5'10" sophomore wearing number 14, Alex Nelson, a 5'10" sophomore wearing number 23, Clay Cordell, a 5'9" sophomore wearing number 24, Logan Henry, and a 6'3" sophomore wearing number 42, Avery Marzoff. For the Walsh Eagles, they will start a senior wearing number 10, Jackson Mearden, a senior wearing number 12, Weston Mearden, a sophomore wearing number 15, Chase Mandel, a senior wearing number 20, Jonathan England, and a senior wearing number 32, Malachi Jackert. Finishing third last year were the Walsh Eagles. They beat Pawnee for that trophy last year. They want to bring home that hardware here again.
Yeah, and even though their game was competitive right to the end, they still had to play at that same high tempo that High Plains had to play at against Sierra Grande. So we'll see how much is left in each team's tank. Motivation, hardware. It'll be Walsh in their white heading right to left to get things started here on your video screen. High Plains in their blue going left to right. Walsh wins the tip, and High Plains will open in their man defense. Malachi Jackert defended by Justin Miltenberger in the post. That's a 9-inch differential, and they go right to it. However, Jackert, instead of going strong to the basket, took a fadeaway. You're 7 feet tall. Go strong to the basket. The loose ball tied up, and it goes to High Plains. Walsh showing 2-2-1, half-court pressure, trying to force it to the sideline. Marzoff trapped in the corner, kicks it out. Cordell, that's Clay Cordell, gets it inside for Marzoff. They would like to get Marzoff or Miltenberger going here early. After pulling out of that 2-2-1 zone trap, they've gone back to their man defense. Seeing that patience by the Patriots, however, Logan Henry unable to handle the pass, and the turnover gives it back to Walsh. Just over a minute played in this third place contest. Walsh running a simple motion offense. Jackert catching the ball 16 feet away. Got it off to Weston Mearden's drive, not there. Jackert can't get the offensive rebound to fall. Ball tipped around. And they'll say last touched by the 7-footer. It's probably a safe bet when the ball's being poked around up high that the tallest player on the floor might have been involved in the touching.
Yeah, might be. Just a safe guess there.
Walsh now in a 1-3-1 trap. And Miltonberger went right at Jackert, waiting to see if it's on him or on the floor underneath. It was on Jonathan England. So Miltonberger heads to the free throw line, trying to do something about this scoreless tie. First free throw opens the scoring. Second one too strong. Both head coaches received technicals in their semifinal games.
And both, after receiving their technicals, spurred their teams to do what they were trying to get them to do prior to the technicals.
Yep. Weston Mearden drew a triple team when he caught it on the lob in the post and drew the foul. That's on Miltonberger. So Weston Mearden back to the free throw line. Had just an outstanding contest against Caliche. His first free throw is good. That ties it. Anytime you finish a game against Caliche and can say, that you had an outstanding effort, that's saying something. Still the measuring stick in Class 1A.
Yeah, they are until proven otherwise. Both free throws down, right?
Yes. Miltonberger firing up a long three. Marzoff with the board, using the rim to protect himself and gets the basket. Able to shield the 7-footer on the shot.
Woo! Pseudo dunk by Malachi Jackert there. The ball squirted through his hands when he was going to try and throw it down.
And we have yet to see a dunk in this tournament.
There are several players very capable.
High Plains trailing by 1. Marzoff pulling Jackert 25 feet from the basket. Goes at him. Underhand scoop. Goes. Avery Marzoff will not shy away from that huge mismatch. He's not scared of a 7-footer. I believe that was Weston Mearden with the little hook shot. He'll have 4 of Walsh's 6 points. And gets a steal here. 3-on-1. Jackert being one of the 3. Instead, he dishes it off to Mundell for the layup.
Selflessness gets you to this point in the season, and you're seeing that from Walsh right now. High Plains sticking around about halfway through the first quarter, though.
Challenge for the Patriots will be, how long can they stay?
Yeah, hanging around with a team the caliber of Walsh for 4 minutes is different than hanging around for 32 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Nelson went right at Jackert, couldn't get the shot to stay down. The 3 from England was no good, tracked down in the corner by Miltonberger. High Plains still down just 3 points. Midway through the quarter, Marzoff may have got away with a carry into the paint, flips up a wild one, didn't even see the rim, got it to go.
Sometimes it just takes a little extra oomph.
Marzoff with the miss. High Plains can take the lead. They led 1-0. Clay Cordell in the paint. He'll kick it out. Logan Henry comfortable from that corner. Didn't get it this time. Marzoff does have 3-point range himself. Coach Sheffield wants to run some more offense. We've played 5 minutes now. High Plains and Walsh in a close contest for the third place plaque. Logan Henry has it knocked out of bounds on the drive, subs into the lineup for Walsh. Number 22, Jordan Jones, 5'11 junior, and 23, Ethan Sharp. He's a 6'3 senior.
This Walsh team is just huge. There's just no way around it.
See, 22, Jonathan Chappa. He's the only senior on the High Plains lineup. He came in, as did number 32, Dylan Tanner. He's a junior. And got a foul on High Plains after the miss. It's on Chappa. Early in January, saw High Plains against Woodland. Chappa came down and had a nasty looking foot injury, either foot or ankle, and was pretty sure when they were carrying him out of the gym that we would not see him again this season in a High Plains uniform. Made it back 4 districts.
As I said on the broadcast yesterday, covering for a radio station against Sierra Grande, he's the lone senior on this roster, but that doesn't mean that he is not capable.
Yeah, he's more known for his defense and effort. I mean, there's several of these High Plains players with that tag.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're
going to get a travel.
England got the steal, but then turned it over. I mean, primary scoring threats, you're going to see a lot on the shoulders of Marzoff and Miltenberger. Lately, Clay Cordell has stepped up and taken on a little more of the burden. But the rest of the unit, they're more known for doing the little things to help the team out.
2 to go here in the first quarter. A nice 1-point affair.
After what we saw in the girls' contest for third place, we, we're just seeing fantastic basketball here.
There's only been one game in the state today decided by more than 10 points.
Jackson Mearden hustling to save the ball for Walsh after his own miss, but it's High Plains coming back with it. 90 seconds to go. Walsh in front by 1. Still after Marzoff couldn't get the left-handed layup to go. They missed a boatload of layups yesterday against Sierra Grande. Sharp with the offensive rebound, kicks it out. Weston Mearden, nice little spin move, knocks one down from 14.
You're seeing several Division I schools today playing for their conference championships. These Mearden kids have an opportunity to play at some level, small Division I.
And yet they have not been recruited. That's what's scary. Somebody's going to step in late and land a couple of enormous talents. Cordell, 3, rolls off. Jones pulls down the board for the Eagles. Down under 40 seconds to play in the quarter. Walsh nursing a 3-point lead. Tanner and Chappa trying to knock it loose there. And one of them's tagged for the foul. That's Dylan Tanner. That'll be his first, 4th on.
Sometimes cords get tangled up.
There's, my family has a nice little running joke about cord. Fresh in the offensive lineup for Walsh, Chaz Hebard. He scores on the inbounds play. Puts it to a 5-point, or nope, what the heck?
12-9, 10 seconds to go.
I missed something somewhere. Miltenberger, 3. He's been draining a lot of those at the end of quarters. Not this time. And ball knocked around at midcourt as the horn sounds. 1 quarter in the books. Now it says 12-7, Walsh in front of High Plains.
He wasn't looking for a roommate, not even a four-legged one. But good things have a way of turning up. Wasn't long till they realized how much they relied on each other. There's power in a great relationship. That's why we take time to get to know each of our customers personally. Like Henry and Chance. Those relationships are the strength of our community bank. And that's the way banking should be.
Welcome back to CHSAA's 1A coverage of the state basketball tournament here from the ranch.
Coverage of the High Plains Patriots is presented in part by Steel Corner. Stop by and see them or call them at 970-664-2626 about their extensive steel inventory. A dealer for Cannonball hay beds. It's the bale bed that dumps. They also offer several items including welding supplies, plastic sheets and rounds, portable windbreak panels, and Genrac generators. Come see them on the corner of Highway 59 and 24 in Seabird, open Monday through Saturday at the Steel Corner in Seabird.
Walsh ball to get things started near steal for Clay Cordell, right into Jackert. He shuffled his feet, got himself too deep underneath the basket, trying to step back a little bit and give himself an angle, and just let himself be kind of shoved around by Miltonberger.
The Walsh School District is proud of their student athletes that are on the court today. All the rest for a great tournament, and congratulations on a great season from the Walsh School's administrators, faculty, and students. Congratulations and good luck, and thank you for representing the Walsh community the way you've represented them this weekend.
I think there's a travel inside there on against Clay Cordell. Gives it back to Walsh. Again, Eagles in front of the Patriots by 5. 30 seconds in to this second quarter. Weston Mearden puts one up from 17, no good. Malachi Jackert over the top on the rebound. That's his first, just the second team foul against Walsh. Eagles extending the pressure. It's in their man defense. Marzoff found Chapa in on the cut. Chapa put one up high off the glass, almost went, hustled to get a loose ball that he knocked loose. However, High Plains still unable to score on that trip. They can't afford a bunch of empty possessions strung together like they've seen right now. And giving up second shots to the Eagles results in buckets like that one by Weston Mearden. He's got 8 already in the contest. Like I said, he just played a whale of a game against Caliche last night. Alvarez really making Cordell work. Cordell had to be dragging his tongue after the pressure he saw last night from Sierra Grande.
Even Springfield put good pressure on him too in their semifinal win, or quarterfinal win.
Tried to throw up a wild on the inside, and it's Weston Mearden coming out of there with it. Jackson Mearden missed the shot. Alvarez tried to keep it alive, and then Malachi Jackert just with the nice little tip in.
It's kind of nice when you just stand your hand up and just kind of poke at the ball and it'll go down.
We always say rebounding takes effort, not when you're 7 feet tall.
Oh, he works hard too. That's what makes him even better. Is he is a hard worker and able to get good rebounds and block shots. He had 9 yesterday against Caliche.
Yes, sir. Yeah, when you're blessed with that kind of size and that kind of skill, and you add a work ethic to it, it's just not fair.
It is not. You won't end up being a George Murison if you work hard.
There's one of our obscure references for the day.
5.5 to go here in the second quarter. Google him and don't watch the movie he's in with Billy Crystal.
Stay away from My Giant.
A nice layup up and good for the Patriots. Cut the lead down to 7. They drove right at Jackert and got him in the air before they took the shot.
They aren't shying away from him, but they're not doing a good job of boxing him out either, and that's probably what Coach Sheffield's going to talk about here in this 30-second timeout.
Coverage of the state basketball tournament on CHSAA.tv is presented in part by Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. They can handle your auto, home, and life insurance needs locally with qualified and knowledgeable agents throughout the state. Real service, real people. That's Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. This game's kind of moving along here, not the pace I expected it to. High Plains is controlling the pace right now, Carrie, which shows you the credit to Dave Sheffield of being able to control a team the caliber of Walsh.
Yeah, I've seen him a lot over the last, I don't remember how many years he's been at High Plains now, but spending time in the same league with him, we've always noticed it's tough to beat the man twice. He is really good at making adjustments, and that's why he's one of the most respected coaches in the state. 2 state championships there on his resume don't hurt. Walsh extending the pressure, gets the steal. It's Jackson Mearden down to Weston Mearden.
Just like that, it's an 11-point game. This Walsh team does what both Sierra Grande and Caliche do so well, and that's open games up before you even realize they've opened it up.
Yeah. I believe the ESPN word for it is spurtability.
That would work, yes.
I'm sorry, I watch a lot of ESPN.
I watch a lot of Food Network.
Well, I do that too.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need a break from basketball. Not this weekend.
I was going to say,
not this weekend.
The woman sitting in between us is going, yes, I do. Another steal for the Eagles. This time it's England. Patriots hustle back. Mundell open, cans it. Nice looking jump shot from Chase Mundell.
And the Walsh Eagles all of a sudden have opened this one wide up. And Dave Sheffield's going to call a timeout as he wants to talk. The Earl Cook family and Bridal Bit Cementals Company wishes all the best to the Walsh Eagles as they pursue hardware this weekend here in Loveland. The Earl Cook family cementals and Sim Angus breeding bulls are sold exclusively at Private Treaty, relying heavily on word of mouth and reputation for promotion. Best of luck to the Eagles from the Earl Cook family and Bridal Bit Cementals this weekend.
Having to take this full timeout, not long after taking a 30-second timeout, this is when the speech begins. Something like, gentlemen, obviously I didn't get my point across.
I am not amused. That would be the opening one here, but here's a positive thing. You're not going to see teams much better than Walsh in the rest of your basketball career.
No.
Many of these sophomores will be back right here on this court next year. I'd be willing to put money on that right now because High Plains, it's all sophomores in the starting lineup. They lose one player. This program is going to be good for the next couple years.
Definitely. And you look for High Plains, most of the best teams, highest caliber teams they've played have been in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The last weekend of the regular season, they did see a Yuma and a Simla.
Yep.
They've played a Burlington not long before that. So it's not like they've come in untested.
No.
A lot of people knocked the league they were in this year, and myself included, having spent the whole time covering the league. But to High Plains' credit, they'll play anybody.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
And getting caliber, Springfield, Sierra Grande, Walsh. Those are 3 of the top 10 teams in the state that they will have seen after this weekend. It doesn't get any better than that.
No. Marzoff, offensive rebound and the basket.
22-11 now. Chance to cut the lead down to 10.
They got England on that. Again, one of those where you had the guard digging on one side, attacking the post on the other, and they called the smaller of the 2 players. 3-point play for Avery Marzoff. He has 9 in the contest. I promise I do know math.
Nice take. Malachi Jackert dropped in and was able to put the floater up and good.
He's got 8.5. Marzoff again on the strong take. He'll earn his way back to the free throw line. That on Weston Mearden, his first. Team's fourth. And at the state tournament, you earn your way to the free throw line.
Yeah, you do.
Not a lot of nickel dimers called. Can't get the roll on the first one. CHSAA exits for High Plains, replaced by Dylan Tanner. Marzoff, second one also no good. And it's Weston Mearden with it the other way. Had a look at 3, wasn't quick enough on the trigger. Jackson Mearden will fire the 3, tracked down by Weston. And Weston able to get Marzoff off his feet, step in and draw the foul. That is the first on Avery Marzoff, 5th team foul against High Plains. Marzoff with the defensive rebound off of the Weston Mearden miss. Clay Cordell dribble penetration, kick out to Henry, up to Miltenberger. He'll get his first 3 of the contest. Cuts it to 9. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the first half. Marzoff and Jackert battling for the loose ball. They'll call Marzoff for the hold.
If you value low prices and a variety of high-quality vehicles, then Lyman Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep, it should be your first stop, and it'll be your last. That's because when you visit Lyman Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep, your satisfaction is the biggest concern. Stop by and see them north of Lyman on Highway 71. See their inventory online, lymanchrysler.com.
I've spent a lot of time talking about High Plains and Coach Sheffield, but looking at the Walsh side, Coach Rehnquist has done great things in his time with the Walsh Eagles.
And this is a Walsh team that, quite frankly, they were a doormat for a while down in southeast Colorado. I mean, you always heard about McClave. You always heard, Springfield had put some teams together, Grenada.
South Baca.
Yeah, you heard about them, and this Walsh team was just kind of like, yeah, they're in that league too. And over the last few years here, this program has really established itself as a prominent program in southeast Colorado, the measuring stick right now for other teams in southeast Colorado.
Jackert had a nice 2 on the end for Walsh. Miltenberger heating up, answered with the 3. It's an 8-point contest. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. Jackert standing right in the middle of the paint. Instead, the shot came up from outside. He wasn't in a position to get a rebound. Marzoff will kick it out for Tanner. 3, partially blocked. Rebound by Hubbard.
$1:30 to go here in the first half. High Plains can keep this single digits for halftime. You got to consider that a success.
That'd be a win in and of its own. Oh, nearly.
The pass just off. Jackson Mearden threw it to Weston Mearden backdoor, and we almost saw the twin alley-oop.
Wonder twin powers activate.
Yeah.
Tanner steps on the baseline trying to drive. And honestly, if they didn't have different numbers on,
I can't
there would
tell
be
them apart.
no way to tell them apart.
I don't look at numbers when I'm broadcasting. I don't want to give away all the broadcasting secrets, but I don't look at numbers. I look at other characteristics because oftentimes you can't see the numbers. And there's several times where I'll just say Meerden because I can't tell you which one it is.
Well, and then you throw Chase Mundell into the mix.
Yeah.
You know, same hairstyles. It's like, okay, this isn't fair, guys. Miltenberger from 25. When he gets going, he is tough.
40 seconds to go in the first half within 5. High Plains wasn't supposed to be within 5 minutes into this game on paper. This ain't paper, this is basketball.
As I said during regionals, the only games I know that are played on paper are tic-tac-toe and hangman.
Jackson Meerden's missed 3, nicely saved by Weston Meerden.
Just can't answer hustle. You can measure so many things, but hustle that's what's got this extra possession for Walsh. Staggered double. Back to Jackson Meerden. He'll fire the 3. Got it.
That is his first 3 in this tournament. Jackson Meerden has not gone a game in his entire high school career without hitting a 3 until the first 2 of this tournament, and he buried that one right there.
Wait, we just have just this knack for being where buzzer beaters are.
We've had 11 buzzer beaters in this tournament and another one to make it 29-21 Walsh over High Plains at half at the 1A state basketball tournament.
Be an actor, writer, or scientist. With small class sizes and caring faculty, your great story begins here. Adams State College offers state-of-the-art classrooms and an adventure program that rocks your world. Our affordable tuition and close campus community enriches the lives of a diversity of students.
Helping you, inspiring you to be your very best. Adams State College. Great stories begin here.
I'm ready to switch over to Farm Bureau Auto Insurance.
Great.
Wait, my old insurance agent is offering me a safe driver discount if I stay.
We got you down for that.
And a multi-line discount.
That too. You know, some insurance companies don't give you your discounts until you try to switch, whereas we give you all the discounts you qualify for automatically.
Awesome. Done.
Hey, hi.
Your old agent?
Yeah.
Awkward.
Real service, real people. That's Farm Bureau.
He wasn't looking for a roommate, not even a four-legged one. But good things have a way of turning up. Wasn't long till they realized how much they relied on each other. There's power in a great relationship. That's why we take time to get to know each of our customers personally. Like Henry and Chance. Those relationships are the strength of our community bank. And that's the way banking should be.
Thanks for meeting me here.
No problem. You know, Farm Bureau Insurance has local agents making this kind of thing real easy.
Well, your auto insurance has saved me a lot on old Becky here.
That's great. And since our headquarters are local, we'll be here for old Becky for a long time.
Harold, your dog swallowed the remote again.
Who's that?
Older Becky.
Oh. Ugh.
Real service, real people. That's Farm Bureau Insurance.
He wasn't looking for a roommate, not even a four-legged one. But good things have a way of turning up. Wasn't long till they realized how much they relied on each other. There's power in a great relationship. That's why we take time to get to know each of our customers personally. Like Henry and Chance. Those relationships are the strength of our community bank. And that's the way banking should be.
Thanks for meeting me here.
No problem. You know, Farm Bureau Insurance has local agents making this kind of thing real easy.
Well, your auto insurance has saved me a lot on old Becky here.
That's great. And since our headquarters are local, we'll be here for old Becky for a long time.
Harold, your dog swallowed the remote again.
Who's that?
Older Becky.
Oh. Ugh.
Real service, real people. That's Farm Bureau Insurance.
Be an actor, writer, or scientist. With small class sizes and caring faculty, your great story begins here. Adams State College offers state-of-the-art classrooms and an adventure program that rocks your world. Our affordable tuition and close campus community enriches the lives of a diversity of students.
Helping you, inspiring you to be your very best. Adams State College. Great stories begin here.
I'm ready to switch over to Farm Bureau Auto Insurance.
Great.
Wait, my old insurance agent is offering me a safe driver discount if I stay.
We got you down for that.
And a multi-line discount.
That too. You know, some insurance companies don't give you your discounts until you try to switch, whereas we give you all the discounts you qualify for automatically.
Awesome. Done.
Hey, hi.
Your old agent?
Yeah.
Awkward.
Real service, real people. That's Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome back to CHSAA.tv's coverage of the Class 1A state basketball tournament. Finishing up the halftime session of our boys' third place contest between Walsh and High Plains. Figured this one to not be a real close affair, but High Plains doing a fantastic job of hanging around. Only down 8 at the half.
Well, and they've done a good job because they have controlled the tempo of this contest. You control the tempo of a contest, and you're able to stick around when you are less experienced, when you don't have, the size to contend. Yeah, High Plains has some big guys, but this Walsh team goes big across the board. And if you can slow the tempo down, you can control it your way. The question is, we saw Walsh kind of controlled against Stratton in their game on Thursday, and they were able to pull away in the second half before Stratton furiously tried to come back and make the win. So they've seen this style of ball because they've already played a Dave Sheffield protege in this tournament.
Yeah, basically no knock against the coaches from Stratton, and having talked with them several times during this year, that was basically Sheffield light. As they said, he's got 15 years on the bench ahead, over us already. It'll be Walsh ball to get things started here in the second half. Again, they have the 8-point lead, 29-21 as we get things started. No surprise, they go right inside to Malachi Jackert.
Malachi had no points in the game against Stratton on Wednesday. He had 2 points yesterday against
Something
Caliche.
like that. He's got a dozen now. CHSAA goes right at him and finds out.
Don't bring that stuff to my block party.
Wait, I just keep waiting for him to break out the Matumbo finger wag.
Definitely a humble kid for sure.
Yeah, I'd heard so many things about him. Just seeing him in person, you're going, too bad this kid's a senior.
Yeah, I mean, another year in this Walsh system, another year to really continue to develop his skill. He could hands down be the best player in this classification. He has that raw ability.
Some coach somewhere is going to take a chance on the kid and get a diamond in the rough. Avery Marzoff, nice slashing drive to the basket. He had 9 in the first half. That wasn't quite good enough for High Honors. Jonathan CHSAA, the lone senior on High Plains. Well, took him a minute to figure out that would be a backcourt violation.
He corralled the ball in the High Plains offensive end and then diving just threw it to one of his teammates that was in the backcourt.
When your seniors are putting out that kind of effort, the guys who don't get a lot of the exposure, it drives those younger kids to go, hey, this is his last go round.
Win it for him.
We've got to step up.
Yeah, for sure.
And he just got tagged for his second foul down on the baseline.
You got to credit Coach Dave Sheffield for giving him the time on the floor here as well, because his group of sophomores have really established a nice rapport with one another this postseason, and understanding that this kid's never going to throw on a jersey again, ever.
No. He will get one more chance, but not in a real competitive game.
Right.
The YWKC League, I believe it's here, not this coming Monday, but the one after, they will get together. They do a senior showcase, bring all of the senior athletes in the league, whether they were starters, if they never saw the floor, they get a chance to play together one last time. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I've been part of 2 of them as a coach. Jacker got 1 of 2. Pushes it out to a 9-point advantage. Walsh trapping in the half court. And CHSAA dribbles into a trap. It's not bad enough that Jonathan England's got about 3 inches on him, but the other part of the trap was the 7-footer.
Yeah.
You're not throwing a pass outside of that. Cordell's runner way off the mark. Alex Nelson hit the deck hard. That's nothing new for that young man. And England gets the basket. That's his first hoop of the contest.
And just like that, minute and a half into the second half, the lead's out to 11. Patriots will try and answer back. You got to keep it single digits. The longer you keep it single digits, the more confidence you're going to build.
Turning it over out of the corner, that's not going to help. And then leaving Weston Mearden alone for 3. Good box out of the shooter by Dylan Tanner, though. And then he's able to come away with the rebound. 2 minutes played in this third quarter. And I'm Kerry Sherman, my partner tonight, Ben Blecka. We've had all of your action here on CHSAA.tv.
We're very excited to be able to do this in the 1A state tournament. You value quality vehicles at low prices and variety. See Lyman Chrysler Dodge and Jeep. It's your first stop and it'll be your last. That's because when you visit them on the Highway 71 just north of Lyman, satisfaction is their biggest concern. See their inventory online, lymanchrysler.com. That's lymanchrysler.com.
It was a nice feed over the top from Weston Mearden to Jackert. He was all alone inside the paint, gathered himself to go up to try to throw one down. And Justin Miltonberger said, I'm not going to be part of your poster.
Did not make the first free throw. but he will drop the second. This Walsh team with the seniors, Jackson and Weston Mearden, Jonathan England, Ethan Sharp, and Malachi Jackert. And we end up with a massive humanity on the floor, and Jonathan England, one of those seniors, tagged with the player control foul.
I believe that was Alex Nelson stepping in there to take it. I don't know how many times I've seen him hit the floor incredibly hard this season and always bounces back up, gets back out there, and sticks his nose in where it probably shouldn't be. But I know that Coach Sheffield loves him. He loves players like that. I think every coach would love somebody like that on their team.
Timeout taken by the Patriots, and Bridal Bit Cementals and the Arrow Cook family wish all the best to the Walsh Eagles as they pursue the hardware here in this game today. The Arrow Cook family, Cementals, and Sim Angus bull breeding, sold exclusively at Private Treaty, relying heavily on word of mouth for reputation and promotion. Best of luck to the Eagles and the Arrow Cook family and Bridal Bit Cementals.
Not the start to the half that High Plains was hoping for.
Not the start to the half that either team was hoping for. I know Coach Rehnquist wanted his team to get up and down the floor.
Still, they've pushed out to the 12-point advantage.
Sometimes it's not about running away. Sometimes it's about slow and steady. I think there's a kid's book about that. Tortoise and the Hare, maybe. Slow and steady wins the race sometimes. Sometimes the hare does too. Jumper no good from Weston Mearden.
And sometimes the wolf has them both for dinner.
Absolutely. Turtle soup and roast rabbit. Near side, nice three for the High Plains Patriots. It's this north end that is not getting shots to drop today. It's like they changed the baskets from yesterday. Yesterday it was the south side that Walsh is now playing on that nobody can make a shot on. High Plains' zone defense, not like the zone defense you traditionally see in Southeast Colorado. They have good defense in Southeast Colorado, don't get me wrong, but the difference with this High Plains defense is they expand it out, but they're not as physical.
No, it's kind of similar to the Syracuse 2-3, the way they'll step out, but they don't bump the cutters going through the lane. And, you know, with a McClave, with an Eads, if you go through the lane,
you're going to get bumped.
You're not going to continue on the same path that you started.
Even in a zone defense. And that's the fun thing about tournaments like this is you're getting areas of the state together that play similar styles of basketball. Northeast Colorado teams are known for running and gunning. You know, the Southeast Colorado teams are known for being very physical. The mountain teams, typically very good shooters on their programs. You bring them all together and you say, let's see how you do against each other.
Yeah, it's the proving grounds. It's the great proving grounds of high school basketball.
And after this one, two teams are going to play for that gold ball on the girls and then the guys' side.
Midway through the quarter, still the 12-point advantage for Walsh. And an offensive rebound for Alvarez. Alvarez just all over the place trying to maintain possession for the Eagles.
And Coach Rehnquist not happy because his team is not running the offense to their best of their ability. Working adults can earn their bachelor's degree without interrupting home or work life. Study online with Adams State Distance Learning convening programs with more than 20 areas of studies. For more information, visit adams.edu. That's www.adams.edu.
There's no offense intended towards the High Plains program. But right now, if you're Walsh, you've got to be thinking, why are we playing down to our opponent?
Yeah.
Because you know you should be better than them. You should be just hammering on them. And you've had a couple of empty trips. You're doing great on the defensive end. But it's like we've got enough points up
The mouse is possessed on the computer. You have the ability, you have the size, and down-tempo wise as well. Walsh hasn't even tried to push the tempo here in the second half, and I think that they want to push that tempo here in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to conserve energy for tomorrow. I mean, you can sleep on the bus ride home.
Yeah. Eagles with the ball out of that timeout. Have to run it in the half-court set here. Running that post offense. Nice movement across that zone and a great baseline feed to Malachi Jacker. Malachi might be the player of the game in this one just simply because he's been on the right end of several offensive finishes.
Each performance I've been slightly more impressed, but I mean from where it was last night to now, night and day with this kid.
Errant float there by Miltonberger. You've got to take your time.
England 3, thought about falling a couple of times. Alex Nelson and Weston Mearden end up in a heap. Both of them reach the hand out immediately to help each other up. Just awesome sportsmanship.
You know, this is a great time in the state of Colorado for basketball, not just on the high school level, but the CU Buff men have a chance to win the Pac-12 championship, and they're up on Arizona 30-28 at half.
Nice.
That would be great to see them go dancing after 1 year ago the UNC Bears went dancing. Basketball in Colorado is definitely taken front and center this weekend.
And you've got CSU waiting to
bubble.
hear about it.
DU probably in the NIT tournament.
Nice take for Malachi Jackert again. 8 in the quarter. He's got 18 now for the contest. Marzoff forced one up, drew the foul, they'll say, on the floor. That on Chaz Hebard. His first. Just not a lot of fouls in the contest.
Malachi Jacker blocked that ball with his armpit. You get the ball driving up the floor and the fadeaway two. Wow.
Just putting on a show.
The 7-footer having a great contest.
It's the kind of night you want to have in your last game.
Absolutely.
High Plains kind of stalled out in this quarter, just 2 points. I believe that's about what they did in the third quarter against Sierra Grande last night. Jackson Mearden with the rebound. He's got Hebard in front. All the way, puts one off the glass. Might have been a pass off the glass for Jackert. Clay Cordell drains the three for High Plains. His first basket of the contest. Gets him off of 23. They're still only down 15.
Minute 5 to go here in the quarter.
Tanner got away with a big slap on Hebard. England with a baseline drive. Fed it right to Jackard. Nelson offensive rebound, tries to wrap it inside for Cordell. Got Jackard in the air, got it to fall.
Clay Cordell might be the key to High Plains' future success. I know you got Avery Marzoff and Justin Miltonberger as the features, but neither of those guys handle the ball the way Clay Cordell does.
No, and as you figure as sophomores, there's a good chance that those two will continue to grow. They're already 6'3". I know people
if they
like
don't
that
grow up, they can grow out.
Yeah, and I know people like the big guards. But sometimes it's nice to have your primary ball handler with the low center of gravity.
Especially in that YWKC.
A lot of good young ball players in that league. Again, only 10 seniors in the YWKC league this season. Jackson Mearden sticking with it. Couldn't get the follow. And Dylan Tanner Tries to save it ahead, but it's brought in by Walsh. Eagles in front by 15. Canner gets called for the bump in the open court.
Miltonberger will return for High Plains with 16 seconds to go here in the quarter. And Weston Mearden able to bury the two off the inbound pass. Walsh closing strong.
Looking at Walsh, yes, they have a big number of seniors, key players, but they will have a lot in the cupboard for next year. Cannot get the shot up before the buzzer. End of three. The Walsh Eagles in front of High Plains by 17, 45-28.
Be an actor, writer, or scientist. With small class sizes and caring faculty, your great story begins here. Adams State College offers state-of-the-art classrooms and an adventure program that rocks your world. Our affordable tuition and close campus community enriches the lives of a diversity of students.
Helping you, inspiring you to be your very best. Adams State College. Great stories begin here.
We're back at the event center on the ranch here from Loveland, Colorado. Kerry Sherman and Ben Blecker with you on the CHSAA.TV coverage of the Class 1A state basketball tournament.
Coverage of the Patriots is presented by Steel Corner. Stop by and see them or call them at 970-664-2626 about their extensive steel inventory. Your dealer for Cannonball hay beds, a bale bed that dumps. They also offer several items including welding supplies, plastic sheets and rounds, portable windbreak panels, and Genrac generators. Come see them on the corner of Highway 59 and 24 in Siebert.
Miltonberger's three to get things started, no good. Heading the other way, that's Jordan Jones heading to the free throw line. Drew the foul on Miltonberger. Jones, one of the players who will return for next season. Gets the first. Second one for Jones, also good. Those are his first points of the contest. And pushes it to 19. Walsh in the full court, 2-2-1. Cordell up ahead for Henry. Fakes the pass into the middle, had three defenders leave their feet. Cordell went right at Jackert, shot block. Cordell hit the deck, no foul, just the force of the block. When you shoot the ball directly into a player's arm, you're going to fall down. And Cordell was posting up on Jackert, demanding the ball, and drew the foul.
No fear.
Absolutely none. I think if these guys, any of these kids showed fear, they may have to walk home.
Marzoff went right at Jackert, down with, I believe, his 14th rebound of the game. That is a career high.
That goes with 22 points.
Which is also a career high, and his blocked shot career high last night was 9.
Pretty nice wrap of a career.
Yeah.
And he's still out there, got a chance to add to those totals. There's another rebound. England with the scoop. And the Eagles have broke 50.
With 6:25 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Been several nights where they've had that in the first half.
Nice move in the lane for the High Plains Patriots there by Logan Henry. Let the defense float by and then put the 2 in.
Henry more accustomed to spotting up in the corners. That was a pretty nice post move. England will check out. He's replaced by Chase Mundell. Alex Nelson exits the High Plains lineup in place. He's replaced by Milo Linneberg, yet another sophomore. Jackson Mearden cans the three out of the corner. Both of his baskets today, 3-pointers.
Good to see him be able to knock him down.
Cordell for three. Can't get that one. It's Jackson Mearden with the board. Jones will try a three. Didn't get it. Mundell had excellent offensive rebounding position. Drew the foul on Miltenberger. That's his seventh team foul. So Chase Mundell earns 1 and 1.
Coverage of the state basketball tournament on CHSAA.tv is presented in part by Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. They can handle your auto, home, and life insurance needs locally with qualified and knowledgeable agents throughout the state. Real service, real people. That's Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance.
Second one also good for Mundell. It's a 26-point advantage for Walsh. And a turnover against the pressure.
Just got the second half underway out in Los Angeles. The CU Buffs still up on Arizona by 2. That's for the Pac-12 championship and a guaranteed berth to go dancing.
And elsewhere in the CHSAA state tournaments, the third place game in 3A for the boys. At the end of 3 quarters, it's Valley over Holy Family, 38-31. And the 2A third place game midway through the third, Resurrection Christian over Lutheran, 35-29.
Nice take by Jackson Mearden. Great rebound by Malachi Jacker, but then he throws it away.
CHSAA up ahead. It was right at the rim. It'd be nice to see that young man get a basket here in his final contest. I know we're not supposed to cheer, we're not rooting. Just like to see seniors get it done.
I'm okay with cheering and rooting because I want to see seniors get it done. I don't care which side I'm cheering for. You want to finish your career on a positive note. Marzoff banks home a 3 over Malachi Jacker. 4:20 to go here in the fourth. Lead cut down to 25.
Yeah. For a kid like CHSAA, like I said, coming back, working so hard to come back just to get on the floor to help his teammates out. You know, you want to see good things happen for kids who work like that. That was the 5th foul on Justin Miltenberger.
He spent most of this game on the bench in foul trouble.
He ends the contest with 12 points, 11 of them in the third quarter when he started to heat up from long range. The officials will take the ball back from Malachi Jackert and allow the High Plains subs in.
The senior, Jonathan Chapa, to the bench for High Plains.
The front end for Jackert, no good. Cordell on the drive, went right at Jackert, had it blocked. Tanner with the offensive rebound. His follow tapped out by Jackson Mearden. He's on the drive. It's a reverse for Weston Mearden. He's fouled.
Nice take down low. He came up baseline, was actually behind the backboard when he left and jumped out and was able to get a great look.
Weston Mearden to the line with 14 points. Does not get the first. think he may be a candidate for our all-tournament team.
Absolutely. It'll be named on ihigh.com/bigtimesmalltown at the conclusion of this tournament. We might get it up tonight. We might not. It all depends on how exhausted we are when the 2 championship games are done.
Yeah, we've only reached number 20 tonight.
Yeah, this is game number 20 of the weekend as Walsh has a fresh 5, and their seniors are going to exit here after the foul is called. And a big round of applause, very deserving, to Jackson Mearden, Weston Mearden, Jonathan England, and Malachi Jackert, who were all exiting the floor after this first free throw. Done in the Walsh Eagle jersey, and I fully expect to see at least 2 of those names you heard playing at the next level. One of them's headed to the show.
Yes, very deservingly so.
A big round of applause as Chase Mundell exits as well. Ethan Sharp, one of the seniors, is on the floor, as is Cohen Air, who is a senior, the other senior on this roster. They'll get to close the game out on the floor.
Classy move.
Yeah. Offensive rebound on the missed free throw. Marzoff thought about the 3.
Too strong. Rebound tracked down by Hare. Alvarez getting his chance to run the show for Walsh now. High Plains still in there. 2-3 match. Maybe looks like they picked up man as soon as the ball went into the corner. It's a foul on the Patriots. On Nelson. And that is the 10th team foul. That sends Ethan Sharp to the line, 4-2.
This has absolutely nothing to do with this game, but how about this run? Up in Casper, Wyoming, where I'm headed next, there's a girls basketball game going on right now that was a 9-point affair, and in 1 minute, one of the teams went on a 12-0 run.
Wow.
2 threes and 1. And they got into the bonus and knocked all those free throws down. That is some good basketball, and that's what we're seeing here, and that's what I fully expect to see here in the upcoming championships as well.
Well, earlier today we had a 6-0 run in the final 30 seconds of a half by, wasn't it, Norwood?
Yes, it was. Norwood girls are going to play up next against Pawnee.
Marzoff with the nice little turnaround in the paint for High Plains. And loose ball.
And we end up with bodies on the floor. Don't tell the kids that are on the floor right now, this one's over. 2:45 to play.
You're playing on the final day of the state tournament. I don't care what's at stake. You are playing on Saturday at state.
Off the floor for the Walsh Eagles will come Ethan Sharp, another senior, getting a round of applause.
They wanted to sub Nelson out, but he was the man fouled. And that was the 7th team foul.
Jonathan Chappell will go back to the line and sit and wait.
I know when I was playing, if I was going to the free throw line and I knew the sub at the table was coming for me, it just gave me a little incentive to maybe miss just a little bit. Just try to stay on the floor.
I don't know that Nelson will. Well, he does miss it, so he is going to stay on the floor here, but he was trying to drop that one in.
Of course, I wasn't playing any games at state.
Right.
Alvarez draws the foul. He's going to earn himself a trip to the line. Chance to get into the scoring column. 3rd foul on Dylan Tanner. First one banged all around the rim before it decided to fall. And now Chappa gets to come in. for High Plains.
Also in the Patriots will bring another one of their reserves, a 6'5 junior, Cole Miller. I'm guessing he was a staple of their offensive line this year. I saw High Plains play, but I'm terrible with names.
I didn't get to see them play this year. Second free throw was missed. Offensive rebound, and then a stick back by Alvarez. One of those inverted three-point plays you've talked about.
Make the free throw, then get the offensive rebound and the two. Patriots will go to the line with 2:20 to go. Walsh will take home the third place trophy for the second year in a row. In only their third appearance here at State since 1975. It's a team that 40 years ago last won their last state title.
Wow.
But being able to bring hardware home, losing to Caliche both years in the semifinals. Caliche and Sierra Grande will play a preview of the 100-yard dash that'll happen in May. They'll be wearing basketball clothes this time.
Jonathan Chapa is going to get a chance to score from the free throw line.
First one rattles out. Senior in his final game, and he gets a big smile. He just wants to get on the board.
He should have got half a point with that one. That one did everything but stay down. Not going to get that one. Big Cole Miller had it, lost it out of bounds.
.216 to go. The Walsh Eagles.
With the reserves on the floor, High Plains has gone to the man defense now. Tanner gets the steal and makes the little jog down to the free throw line. That results in the double bonus. Legs have just completely disappeared for High Plains.
Yeah, Patriots, you've seen this game kind of run out of their way. They were within 9 at half. And in the second half, Walsh hasn't pushed the tempo too much, but they pushed it enough to be able to get it in the half court to where this High Plains Patriot team is just pretty well gassed at this point.
Yeah, they've missed 6 out of 8 free throws in the quarter. And Tanner left his feet, picked up the foul. To the line, number 11, Darren Cook, 5'6" freshman. First one, no good. .153 on the clock. Second one, no good. Hubbard flies in for the rebound. Ball hung right on the edge, wouldn't go. Miller got a block shot on Hare. And was Tanner going hard to the basket, picking up the foul. That's the third on Christian Alvarez. That one too strong for Dylan Tanner. The 3A third place game on the boys' side goes to Valley. The Vikings over Holy Family 54-41. Tanner missed both. Miller with the offensive rebound. Tanner floater no good. Miller tied up. Arrow stays with the Patriots. 93 seconds to go until Walsh can officially accept their third place plaque, trophy, whichever you'd like to call it. Calzada had the steal. It's Alvarez the other way for Walsh. Hebert into the paint, drops it down for Cullen Hare. Shot wasn't good, and last touched on its way out of bounds by Walsh. Into the final 70 seconds. Walsh put this one away early in the third. They extended that 8-point lead from the half to double digits. I think it was 15 by the midpoint of the third period. Currently sets at 26. Just under a minute to go.
And we'll probably tip the girls' championship game. My best guess is about 5:50 on CHSAA.tv as Pawnee and Norwood wait in the wings. Only about 20 minutes behind schedule thanks to our overtime third-place game.
What a game it was, too.
Marino and Simla, it was everything anticipated. Not for the trophy anybody expected, but the game lived up to the hype.
Another tie-up. That one goes to the Eagles with 35 seconds to play. It was on the floor, digging at it for High Plains, the senior, Jonathan Chappa.
Nice jumper off the inbound pass, and the rebound pulled down by the Patriots. Half minute to go.
Chappa's going to fire a three, gets it.
A senior in his final game knocks it down, and I believe every senior that played in this game scored, with the exception of Hare for Walsh. It's the way you want to end your career, and for the Walsh Eagles, not the trophy they wanted, but a hardware for the second year in a row, finishing third, beating High Plains 63-40 is the final tally. And they've definitely represented their community well. A big congratulations to them and their performance here today.
Well, and looking at the support group they've got over there, I believe that their crowd didn't diminish with the loss from yesterday. They actually had more people show up today to support them in the third place contest.
You got great support, and you got to really enjoy this here. And I'll get the trophy presentation here at half court as the Walsh Eagles receive the trophy and the 63-40 victory for them. They'll bring home the hardware. For Kerry Sherman, I'm Ben Blecka. We'll be back with the girls and boys championship rounds on CHSAA.tv.